putting a track. We'll go back up to the north here, putting a track back here. I just got let's see if my power comes back on, but I believe my power just went out and more because everything just basically just went offline. So we'll see here, but definitely with the amount of electricity that Steve was just mentioning in these storms, talking about the bark and all the lightning and thunder, I'm sure we're going to get a couple power cuts in here early this morning. Let's check in with Buck right now. Buck is going to be off of I-35 here. Buck, how the storm's looking where you are?
Yeah, Damon, just a lot of heavy rain right now, and occasional lightning strikes, but not a lot of them. The winds, I'm kind of on the backside of the winds right now. We're headed east on Franklin Road. We're going to try to get to 12th Street and then turn north and get right back up underneath this if we can, and we'll report back to you what we see.
All right, yeah, looking at Buck's picture here, he's headed down towards Hollywood Corners, which is just a little bit of a rural area, just in between Moore and Norman. So it's usually dark there as it is. But look at the visibility. If you have to go out early this morning at 4:35, the heavy rain is going to really reduce your visibility. As far as the pocket of winds is concerned, still there. We just had a 54-mile-per-hour wind gust there. And at Will Rogers World Airport, which is just barely below severe level criteria. Hey, Jonathan, let's go back over to reflectivity. I just want to get an update on just the intensity of the rain that is coming in right now. If you're basically south and east of OKC here, so if you're towards Tinker, Midwest City, you got a lot of red there on the map. That's going to be some heavy rain coming down. You're going to get some noisy storms for that, with that for sure. If you're in Moore, the worst of the peak of the storm is right on top of you right now. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. Not finding a tremendous amount of hail out of this. You're going to get some little cores in here that will have about pea size. But otherwise, Norman, I know these storms, they are intense. They are waking you up right now. You remember hearing us tell you yesterday, hey, look, you're going to wake up around 4 or 5 a.m. to the sound of thunder. Look what we have right here. Everything is coming together the way that our weather team has been telling you it would. And so severe thunderstorm warning inside of a severe thunderstorm watch that goes now until 8 a.m. Right now it is 4:36. You're waking up. You're turning on your television. Good morning to you. Right now, severe thunderstorm warning for winds across south sides of the OKC metro all the way down to Goldsby. And really, this line of storms extends all the way down into southern Oklahoma. But right now, we have one severe thunderstorm warning in the state, and it is going to be this right here. Let's check in with Michael Armstrong here, headed up towards I-240. Michael, watching this complex here, move to the east. What do you see, Michael?
Yeah, Damon, it's it's been kind of crazy here just trying to get to I-240. We've just got the trucks and the road spray coming off of them, and it's almost like trying to drive this. Yeah, as you well know, like in rush hour, it's hard to make it up I-35 for more whenever traffic's packed in. Well, there's not that much traffic, but it's just been really difficult to see. So we're right here at the interchange where all the construction is coming here on the I-240. They're around the I-240 and I-35 junction there around Crossroads. Damon, one thing I wanted to point out is there are some new storms that are kind of intensifying. One up just to the northwest of Chandler, south of Kearney in Lincoln County, and also another one that's actually right near Hera. And I've got a couple of small hail markers on both of those. So I think there's still some potential for storms to strengthen even further, perhaps even a little bit ahead of the line. Like Steve was mentioning, those are still getting some clean inflow into them, and they may intensify. And then we're going to try to move out and catch back up to this line, but we got a lot of heavy rain falling on us, so but we'll see if we can get back out to the leading edge of this as it comes over towards Shawnee and see how strong the winds are with it as it moves its way down I-40.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are watching this line right now. And again, severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds. I know it is windy right now. It is noisy. If you're in Moore, if you're down by Tinker, if you're down by Norman, let's go back over to the radar and we'll put our 3-box. Here it is. And you can see our crews. They are out. Look, our team of chasers have been out since basically lunchtime yesterday. Started in the Panhandle, and now we're in Moore, and we're going to end up eventually into Pottawatomie County, Seminole County, Hughes County. We're coming in that direction as the storms are going in that direction. Right now, the most intense winds that I can see right now are going to be on the east side of Moore as you're headed towards Stanley Draper, going down southeast 149th Street. into OKC here, and then down towards Franklin. And so looking at the winds, Norman, I believe it was about 55 mile per hour wind gust there just moments ago. 50 mile per hour wind gust there in Norman. So these storms definitely have some oomph to them early this morning. Tornado risk is low, but it's not zero. It is the very end of April here. And again, we are basically at the very beginning of a multi-day severe weather threat here. So today, tomorrow, and even as we go into next week. Other storms that we see here from Jones to Choctaw as you make your way up towards Kearney here. Those are not severe, but these storms are intense over Tinker Air Force Base. And then as you go down into Cleveland County, Jonathan, looking at the radar, analyzing it, what stands out to you right now?
Well, when it was crossing over I-35, we had that little area of circulation. And on an event like this, when storms are lined out and you get some eddies of shear, you can have quick spin-ups, tornado risk. That area that I was tracking when it was crossing over I-35, that has really kind of, I'd say, spun out or weakened. So I'm going to pull the radar back. We're in that, the Doppler mode, the velocity mode, and you can see there's a little tiny couplet right about there where the cursor's at. That was, again, 15 minutes ago. And as I pull it in, we're using the Twin Lakes radar, that's National Weather Service radar, and so that's right down at almost ground truth. We're talking 100 feet off the ground is what the beam is seeing right there, and I don't see anything that's imminent that would say circulation or tornado. What I see would be a pocket of straight line damaging winds up to about 50 to 60 miles an hour, verified at the Mesonet site there at Max Westheimer Airport for gusts about 50. So that's being verified right now. So on the low end threshold of severity, I don't see anything at the 70 mile per hour range. Watching that very closely as storm is surrounded. Mike's on the northwest side, Shane's on the leading edge, and then Buck is in the backside of those stronger winds. Again, I don't see any large hail. There might be some pockets of some 1-inch hail, but we haven't had confirmed reports of that. One thing we'll have to watch, Damon, you can see there's a slight bowing structure here. So this could be like a little mini bow echo. And what we're going to look for is straight line winds on the leading edge. If this continues to intensify, look for a little eddy of circulation on the north side and maybe one on the south side. So a couple bookend vortices. We'll have to watch for that. The threat is there, but it is low.
It is. And what we noticed in a lot of data over the last 12 hours or so is that there was going to be a bit of an increase in the winds running across Cleveland County and even looking downstream into towards McLoud, Bethel Acres, Shawnee. So we're watching for these strong winds that are coming in right now. Right now until 5:15, the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. We'll see if that continues. But at this moment, putting the storm to the east here, Stella at 4:51, McLoud 5:05, Dale to Bethel Acres 5:06, 5:07, Shawnee High School at 5:14, down towards OBU here at 5:15, and then Shawnee, same thing in Shawnee Mall about a minute later. So the tornado potential that we see early this morning is still one that would be brief. It would be a quick spin up, but it would be on a feature like this right here, where you see kind of the green, if you just want to look at the colors, and the red here, kind of getting pulled back in. This is a real good indication. There's Storm Command just southeast of Tinker, south of I-240. There is Buck. Shane is going to be here as well. He's ahead of this, headed out towards into Pottawatomie County. We have Jason, and then we have Steve Carano right now. Steve is watching storms for you down towards Purcell and Lexington. But the storms moving to the east right now at about 20 to 30 miles per hour means that these will be out of the metro by the time the morning commute begins. So if you're just now waking up, but you don't leave your house until about 7 o'clock, things are going to be much better by then. You're not going to be dealing with any type of intense storms as you're driving into work this morning or the kids are going to school. This will be out of here right now. Again, it's almost 4:45. By 6 o'clock, these storms are going to be well into Pottawatomie County, and then still occurring there down by Pauls Valley and Wynnewood here. These storms that we see from Slaughterville, Lexington, Wayne, Payne, Pauls Valley, and Wynnewood, Katy as well, these are not severe. Still some pretty noisy storms for sure. And there's Steve right there in Purcell, Lexington. He's watching it for you. Okay, brand new warning just came out here just moments ago. Jonathan, this is exactly what you were just featuring on the radar just moments ago, that kind of that pocket of winds, Jonathan. What do you see?
Yeah, it's for 60-mile-per-hour winds, not for severe hail. So they went 3/4-inch hail. So, yep, just kind of watching that. Just going to have to watch, again, on the northern side of it, potential for a little bit of shear, a little bit of rotation. So, again, when these storms kind of bow out, imagine it's like kind of like a paddle in a stream, and on the nose of it, you have high velocities kind of coming through this way, and on the backside, you can get these little eddies of shear like right there. So that's just south of Michael's actually in a perfect position. No surprise there as he's moving east on 240 towards the Tinker Diagonal. These are extreme. Let's say there was an area of shear or area of rotation, extremely hard to see. You literally at this time of day, and even if it was in daylight, they'd be wrapped up in rain. You'd have to be in it to actually see it. But Michael's right there, Shane's right there. Now on a scale like 1 to 5 for tornado potential for that, like right now, I'll give it a 1 out of 5. But I'm watching it really closely.
Yeah, and really, I mean, our team of chasers, they are in the right spot. There's Shane, there's Storm Command. Let's check in with Michael right now. Michael, brand new warning just issued. Michael, what do you see this morning?
Yeah, we're just about to catch back up. You still see the rain falling on us, but we're actually about to break out of it. I'm going to take the camera and pan it over to the right, and you'll see a lot of the lightning that's associated with that storm here. I know there's a lot of trees, but it gives you an idea of just the frequency of the lightning now. I mean, it's not quite continuous, but it's pretty close. So quite a light show out here. It is kind of interesting. Sometimes what can develop is what we call a bookend vortex. And what that means is that on the north side of an area where the winds bow out in a curve, right on the north side of it where it tucks back into the line, sometimes that's where you can get a little bit of a spin up. And I'm noticing there is, again, some enhancement in the velocities just a couple of miles to our southeast. Let me give you an intersection so that people know exactly where I'm talking about. I'm talking about near Hiawassee Road and Southeast 89. That's the intersection. We want to get really specific, and now that's even moved over just in the latest scan over toward Choctaw Road now, and so that's the area we're going to track. It's going to be literally just to my southeast. So if I see any funnels hanging down or anything like that, I've got my camera pointed right at it. I'll see it and I'll let you know. But there are some, I mean, I can definitely tell the winds are much stronger. I can feel Storm Command getting pushed around right now with the wind again right here as we move east down I-240. Now, I mean, it's not extreme, but it's noticeable. I can feel it. And that's the hard thing about being out here driving around this morning again. One other thing, I know we've got Steve down near Purcell. I think we need to check in with him. There are some stronger winds down near Purcell also.
Yeah, and so Michael, looking at terminal, is that it is real easy to see. Real easy to see right now. Let's go back full with radar, and I'll show you what we're referring to. This Boeing structure that extends basically from Shane and Storm Command. That's going to be in far southeastern Oklahoma County through Cleveland County and then extending all the way down to where Steve is. So we're going to talk to Steve here because he's going to be on the southern flank of this Boeing structure. Brand new warning was just issued for where Steve is. Steve, you're in the perfect location. What do you see right now from a radar standpoint and from in front of you?
Damon, it is raining cats and dogs and elephants down here. I swear. This is a really good rain. Man, we need this rain. We need this rain more than anything, but it's coming down all at one time, unfortunately for you folks at Purcell. I am east of Purcell, getting out of the rain. I'm going to be heading towards Wanette area in southern Potawatomi County there. I am going to stop and turn my camera back around here in just a second to watch this wind that you were mentioning with Michael. And what I see is about 52, maybe 55 mile per hour winds. I don't know if that's all making it to the surface or not, but it is showing up on the velocity. So I'm going to get around to this rain, and I'm going to take a look at it for you. But as Michael was saying, just south of the Tinker Diagonal, where I-40 and 240 split off there on the southeast side of the metro, there was, just like as Michael was saying, that little tucked-in portion of the bulge there was maybe a little spin up there, right there in that little tucked in version, and now it's not there anymore because it was just northwest of the radar site, the donut hole, as Jonathan likes to call it. It was right there. I saw it as you guys were talking.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we see on the southern flank in this brand new warning for you, Steve, is just a small little area of inflow that's coming in here. So we'll be checking in with Steve here. But again, he's tracking these storms. If you're in Purcell, Lexington, he's looking at these storms right there for you. He is watching them closely. Brand new warning here. These are severe thunderstorm warnings inside of a severe thunderstorm watch, but it's this area right here, and again, it's basically right where they come together. It's not a very well pronounced marker, so this is not a significant tornado threat that we're looking at, but we are watching for these brief spin-ups that are going to be out there. So this is going to be just south of Purcell and Lexington, and so tracking this core, Lexington to Etowah, 452 to 512, and then that will eventually make its way up towards Shawnee. Okay, let's go back up to the northern fringe right here. Michael is right in where basically the winds go from fairly light to picking up here. He's on the northern flank of this bow structure here, and then Buck is going to be right in the middle of it as well. Let's flip over real quick after we put this track on here to reflectivity, just to see what it looks like also from a reflectivity standpoint. And so the amount of red that we have on the radar goes to show you just how strong the rain is coming down. Some pretty noisy storms for sure. This warning goes until 5:30, and so pink at 5:01, Dale at 5:07, and then we go in towards Shawnee here in the next 30 minutes at about 5:20. Let's check back in with. We'll go to Michael and then Shane. First, let's go back out to Michael. Michael, what do you see? Okay, we'll get Michael back on here. Looks like some hail, some like steam coming there off the roads. Let's check in with Shane Helton. Okay, there's Michael. Okay, Michael, we have you live on the air. Michael, what do you see?
Yeah, so we have a lot of shifting winds right here. This is I don't know, man. Like, this is still kind of a crazy little area up here on the north end of this, what I called that bookend. There's some trash blowing around on the road. I don't know if you can see actually they're like tracers on the pavement. If you watch in the rain on the pavement, you can see how there's like kind of swirls. I don't know. I mean, I think it's lightning, but that almost looked like a power flash. I cannot confirm that 100%, but that looked a little different than some of the lightning that I've been seeing. So this still has, keep in mind, a power flash doesn't necessarily mean a tornado. So I know that sometimes people get really, nervous about that when we say power flash. So sometimes that just means strong winds, and we are definitely experiencing that right here as we come up on the Kickapoo Turnpike and Peebly Road right here on I-40.
And one of the things that Michael was mentioning that looked like a power flash. Michael, typically lightning and power flashes, as you know, the colors are a little different. Typically power flashes are a little bit more bluish greenish. Are you seeing that with this right here, Michael?
Well, that's what got my attention with that one just a second ago. But it is hard to tell when it's embedded in the rain, because sometimes the rain can kind of change even the colors of it depending on how heavy it is. And we've got some really heavy rain. It looks like, I don't know, we're basically right under it. I mean, it's kind of to our north, it's to our south. So I'm just going to take the camera and keep kind of spinning it around. But I'll tell you what, we're getting some pretty good wind right here. Watch this. I'm going to bring the camera around, and you're going to see it. Look at the wind just blowing here across I-40. Oh, yeah. So people are having a real. Oh, that's power flash.
That is power flash
right in front of us. Yep, just to my right, straight in front of us. Keep going, Kyle.
That could be a tornado. That could be either a weak tornado or some strong winds. But Michael, our radar shows a couplet right where you are, and so Michael, do you see any lowerings, or are you just seeing the power flashes here?
Now you see the rain. That's our cue. Is just the rain on the pavement. The visibility is so poor because of how heavy the rain is. So we just have to cue off of the power flashes and the direction of the rain on the pavement.
How strong are these winds here, Jonathan? You're at velocity right now.
Damon, we need to kind of elevate this. I think that's a tornado couplet.
Yeah, what do you?
100-mile-an-hour. Yeah, that's a tornado couplet. This needs to be a tornado warning.
Yeah,
this is very significant. This is right on I-40 at the Kickapoo, Damon.
Yeah, this is we'll go out to Michael and Shane. And so what we're looking at right here, look at these winds. Michael, what do you have? Michael, go.
Oh, yeah, the winds are just cranking right here. So the tornado is going to be just north of I-40, okay? It's just northwest of my location, right near the Kickapoo Turnpike, as a matter of fact. We just passed under the overpass right there, and I'll guarantee you the winds are ripping into this circulation right now. And that was the power flash that we saw. That was probably the developing tornado that actually crossed from I-40 right near the Kickapoo from south to north.
Yeah, this is a serious storm, and so 80-mile-per-hour winds is what this. They're going to bump this up. So they're going with a tornado warning now. They're going to go with a tornado warning. So tornado warning coming with this storm. Let me just double check this real quick. Yeah, tornado warning for this whole section of the line right now. So this is going to be a pretty large tornado warning right now. Let me go back out to Michael, and then we'll go to Shane here in a second. Michael, tornado warning coming. What do you see?
Yeah, so just so you know, that part of the circulation is to my north, okay? We can see the wind just whipping from right to left. That's the best thing I can show you right now. I'm not going to be able to show you a funnel or anything like that. The visibility is too poor. But what you can see is just the wind just ripping across I-40 into that circulation. And now there's a new one developing, guys, just to my southeast. Brand new TVS. So, Kyle, keep going. We're going to have another one that's to my right now, a couple of miles. Guys, this is getting crazy. So, listen, here's the deal. Dale, you need to take your immediate tornado precautions. If you live anywhere near Grand Casino, McLoud, Dale, Shawnee, take your immediate tornado precautions. We have multiple circulations developing here along I-40.
Absolutely. Let's go back to the radar. Keep the 3-box up here. Let's zoom on out. Show everyone. Your phones are just now going off here. Again, tornado warning has just been issued. This is a strong couplet right here. You can see our crews are out. We are right on top of this right here. But this is going to be right just south of I-240 on County Line Road, southeast 119th Street. We are going to be just southwest of the Grand Casino. Here's the Grand Casino. Here's the tornado warning. There's Storm Command. We have Buck, we have Steve, we have Shane as well, but you need to be in the innermost room of your house right now or away from your windows in your tornado shelter. This is going to be the location of the tornado right here. Here's a Grand Casino. This is going to be I-40 now, and so we're right on top of Lake Drive here with this storm. That couplet that we have highlighted, that is where the tornado is going to be, and now it just moved about 2 miles up to the northeast. It is very close to Storm Command right now. This is where your tornado is going to be. At this point, it is going to cross right over I-40, and it is going to come very close to Dale. Dale, you have to be in your tornado shelter, innermost room of your house right now for Dale. Here's a Grand Casino. Here's your tornado. It is moving over the highway. It is moving up to the northeast. This is a dangerous storm, and the winds are ramping up. Remember what we told you just a couple, about 30, 45 minutes ago. As these storms cross into eastern Cleveland County and into Pottawatomie County, they're going to increase in intensity. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Let me go back out to Michael. Michael, what do you see?
Yeah, Damon, I'm still looking visually and straight in front of us because I can see the couplet. I mean, it's right on top of I-40, and there's a lot of traffic driving, I can tell you, back toward the metro right now, back to the west on I-40, and we don't have anybody in front of us right now, which gives us a pretty good look at it. The rain is not blowing as hard here on the pavement at this particular moment. Oh, there's a big cloud of ground lightning strike right in front of me. The circulation, it may have weakened just a tad here in the last radar scan, but we're keeping our eye open for any type of debris, leaves, or anything like that here on the pavement. Oh, yeah, they're swirling. Now the winds are swirling again.
We see that, Michael, and so what we're watching your stream, and the winds are just crossing over right now at this current track. This is going to cross probably right in front of Michael, and so if you're in Dale near the Grand Casino, Cam, and Michael, what do you have, Michael?
There is debris.
Okay, what kind of debris are we talking about here?
The small leaves and things like that. Oh, power flash right in front of us. Look at it. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Look at the winds coming across right now. Man.
And so, Michael, you are
a powerful storm.
This is real powerful, Michael. And so we're watching your shot right here. So we have Steve down on the south side. And again, if you're just now tuning in, this is a tornado warning. This is going to be for those in McLoud and Dale. McLoud and Dale, watching it closely. We are on the northern fringe of this. Wow, there's incredible lightning in this as well. But this is right along I-40. Again, right along I-40. I also, let me go out, Shane, real quick. You're very close to Michael. How strong are the winds where you are, Shane?
So, Damon, the winds really picked up pretty bad just a moment ago. They blew right over the top of it. That would have been about the time Michael was going past us. And now they have kind of dropped back down just a little bit. But we're not too far behind Michael here coming up on I-40. And we haven't seen any damage yet, but we're keeping a real close eye on it here. So as soon as we see something, we're going to holler in and let you know. But I will say, yeah, when we went right over the top of it, the wind really picked up pretty quick. And I would say they hit up about probably about 45, 50 mile an hour there for a few minutes. All right, back to you, David.
All right, Shane, we'll get right back out to you. Let me go back out to Michael real quick. Michael, we're looking at your shot. We also have our McLoud camera there at the Grand Casino. Give me an update, Michael.
Well, it looks like the center of the circulation may have passed over I-40, just north of it now. But I have been seeing intermittent power off, or at least power flickering at some of the gas stations here along I-40 as we're making our way east over here. We're 1 mile from Dale and Bethel Acres, so I would say continue to take your tornado precautions in Dale and especially up towards McLoud also. And here's the thing. There could be damaging winds or small mesovortices or tornadoes embedded all along this leading edge of this line as it moves through. So that's the problem, is you don't know exactly where they're going to be, and I don't either. We're just kind of following along with it. That's why we're encouraging people to go ahead and take shelter, because it can change very, very rapidly in situations like this. Yeah,
and so if you're in McLoud right now, Dale, innermost room, get away from your windows because this is a tornado warning for you. Here, let's go full with this radar, or not full, but we'll keep these pictures up. But let me put the radar right behind us just so we can show. So here's McLoud. Their storm command. By the way, that purple right there, those are a pocket of strong winds. That's about to blow right through Dale and the Grand Casino, and eventually we'll probably come pretty close to Shawnee. But look how strong these winds are. Those are going to be in that 70 to 90 mile per hour range within here. So a little cores right there. But those are some strong winds that are going to be concentrated right on top of I-40. That's about to blow right into the Grand Casino. And so we have our camera right there. I mean, you can see things are just going berserk right there. So tornado warning. This is our first tornado warning of the evening or early morning here in central Oklahoma. Strong pocket of winds right there. Another pocket of strong winds there. That's going to be just west of Fowler. So basically what we're going to see with this tornado warning is that we're going to have these pockets of strong winds and embedded circulation basically right on the leading edge. Remember when we said the tornado risk is going to be a brief spin up? I also want to emphasize that brief spin up does not mean weak spin up. And so definitely got to watch this for sure, making its way to the east. There's Shane on I-40. He is right behind Storm Command here. And then there is going to be Storm Command coming right down I-40 as well. And these winds are a pretty big deal. So where we look for at least the area of circulation is going to be right on the northern fringe of this bowing out structure. So we're looking right now near McLoud. We have it highlighted, but tornado warning remains in effect until 5:45. And this is now more so going into Cleveland, or into Potawatomi County, out of Cleveland County right now. But this is a serious storm early in the morning. Look, I know whenever you think about tornadoes, You think in the afternoon. Tornadoes happen in the morning. That's exactly what we have in here. I don't want anyone to think that tornadoes only happen in the afternoon. They can happen in the morning. They can still be pretty significant. So I am absolutely concerned about this threat. Let me go back out to Michael. Michael, the team of our team of chasers, you, Shane, Buck, Steve, Jason as well, have really been on top of this since these storms were not even close to forming. What do you see right now with the storm threat here, Michael, and what do you see ahead of you?
Well, there's still pretty good wind speeds. I mean, I can see in just the tracers again of the rain blowing from right to left. So that's from south to north. And so it looks like to me there still could be another tornado potentially develop, or multiple small tornadoes just north of Dale. And then there may be another one develop kind of by Shawnee, northwest of Shawnee, northwest side of Shawnee. Again, Damon, it's like whack-a-mole. That's the best thing I can do to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about. I mean, like these circulations, they just pop up and then they go away, and then another one pops up. And there's almost too many to count, honestly. It's just kind of a continuous circulation popping up here, popping up there, all along this leading edge, and that's why it's so dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. It is really like whack-a-mole, where you have to just kind of, look at where they set up with each radar scan. So we're gonna let's put our 3-box up. Let's go with the radar, because it is right now 5:05. And if you're just now tuning in, I know you hear a lot of thunder out there right now. So let's just zoom out here just briefly, Jonathan, kind of get just a bit of a wider view as to who's in what. I know the sirens are sounding in Shawnee right now for this coming into town as we speak. It's just west of you. So we have one tornado warning and then a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings with this bowing out structure that goes all the way down, really down towards Turner Falls now. So this line here is really ramped up just in the last couple of minutes here. So severe thunderstorm warnings down towards Salford Davis. Right now, finding a pocket of strong winds just west of Turner Falls. That's moving into Salford Davis here by 5:25. So we'll watch that. Let's go back up to the north here, get an update for those that are in Pottawatomie County. Big bowing out structure right now. That means strong winds coming in on the backside, and you're going to get these spin ups. And so we're seeing that right now. Some pretty strong winds there where Shane Helton's going to be at the Grand Casino. And then there is Mike. What we're looking for within this will be these brief spin ups. And so right now in McLoud, that's going to be on the east side there with at least where the bowing structure kind of gets pulled back in. And so, but this is all moving to the east, right down I-40 here. So this tornado warning goes until 5:45. Right now, it is 5:07. What do you have, Jonathan?
Well, so basically, as the beam sweep comes by, we're getting updated information, and what we're going to see these quick transient areas of circulation. There's a new one. Let me tell you, Shawnee, right there. So I would say where State Highway 3 makes the bend at West MacArthur, that could be a possible new area of circulation and tornado. It's not much. They're very subtle. This is what I'm looking at. It's just that right there. Small circulation embedded in a line of very strong damaging winds. And on the line, there may be 2 or even 3 areas of circulation called these QLCS tornadoes. They're small, they're fast, but that one, just watch for the beam sweep to come by, and we get a new update, and that will give us an indication, is it trending up or down? Right now, I'm going to say that's trending up, and that's going to be coming right at Oklahoma Baptist University in Shawnee.
And that same area that was impacted last year by a tornado. So we're watching this for Shawnee. Now, if you're watching in Oklahoma County, these storms are now east of you. So if you woke up because of the storms are now basically wrapping up for you. So Oklahoma County, Edmond, you're in a better spot here. But if you're in Pottawatomie County, hang tight here, because the worst hasn't even moved in right now. Again, we're watching this area right here, and to kind of put in perspective, we are not that far away. I mean, from OBU, near the airport here in Shawnee, this is moving right into Shawnee. That's where the area of circulation is going to set up. Now, we're hoping that in the next radar scan, this will weaken here, but that's what happens with these, where you get these areas of inflow and these spin-ups that basically pop up. But this is probably the most likely spot and the strongest tornado signature that we have right along MacArthur. And so that's going to be as you move out of town and you're making your way towards the highway, that is going to be right there at that intersection. But we are coming right into Shawnee right now. And so latest radar scan looks like now we're going to be on the north side of Shawnee, just south of I-40, near the Shawnee Mall. Let's go back out to Storm Command. Michael, the sweep just went by. We're seeing at least our strongest radar couplet about half a mile south of you. Michael, what do you see? Okay, we'll get Michael back on here in just a moment. Again, Michael's going to be right here in Shawnee. And so, all right, Michael.
Bring in my shot.
Yeah, Michael, what do you see, Michael?
Well, there was a big lowering in my shot just a few seconds ago. Now, maybe getting shrouded in rain again, but we're right here. Man, Damon, this is tough. Like about the time we get to the leading edge, it surges out on us again. But this is rough because this is the same area that got hit with the other tornado. Oh man, the winds are crazy right here. Holy cow! This is we're getting some pretty strong wind right now here in Shawnee. This is the last thing they want to see is another tornado. I guarantee you in this area after having experienced one last year. Yeah,
Okay, hey Michael, Michael's in Shawnee. Strong winds are coming in. Shane just mentioned, I believe, debris. And so, Shane, real quick, what kind of debris are you looking at here?
Whoa.
We're mile marker 182 on I-40, and there's leaves and stuff like that falling out of the sky where we're at. So there's definitely something going through the trees here.
Okay, we're gonna check on that here in just a second. Let's go back over to the radar here because the sweep just went by, and so if you're in Shawnee right now, so here it's right on top of. It's right behind Michael. Shawnee Mall, you just heard Michael say the winds are really, really strong. This is crossing over I-40. This will be on the north side of Shawnee, near the Shawnee Mall. This is tornado warning for Pottawatomie County, but that right there, right on top of I-40, Shawnee Mall, that's where you're going to see the tornado. It's going to be brief. It is moving up to the northeast and eventually headed towards the community of Johnson. But right now, again, for Pottawatomie County from Shawnee, and as you go into northern Pottawatomie County, this tornado warning continues as it moves to the east here, tracking it into Johnson at 5:18. That is 7 minutes from now. Prague at 5:36. This type of tornado, this is not a supercell that's going to lay down a long track tornado, but rather it's going to basically just kind of pop up and down along the way here. So this is where the risk is right now. This is where the greatest tornado threat is going to be, right on top of Shawnee Mall. Let's go back out to Michael. Michael, looks like you pulled out of the couplet here, but what do you see behind you?
Correct. That's what I'm doing. I've got my 360 camera. As a matter of fact, there's a satellite dish on top of Storm Command. So I'm going to come back up. You can see the cloud base now. And so what happens is these circulations form on this leading edge and they rip around it. Now, sometimes they're embedded in rain. And so this is kind of looking up to the north of the mall right there. And there is kind of a little bit of a notch in there I could see just as we passed by it while you were talking. I could see that. But I'm just kind of scanning all along the base of this behind me along I-40. Damon, I just really want to reiterate to people how important it is to not get out and drive on I-40 if you can avoid it right now. We're still seeing quite a few people, even at this time of day, out driving in these conditions, and it is not advisable at this time.
Yeah, definitely. And, we appreciate your reports, and definitely this is helping us out. It is dark. Sunrise not for about another hour and a half or so, but we are getting at least some visuals. And as you heard Michael mention moments ago, lowering, Shane mentioning as well, look, he's got debris all over the place, tree debris, but in order to see, to have that, you're talking about something that went through some trees. Daylight is going to reveal a lot. Right along I-40 as far as tree damage. We are watching again now just north of the Shawnee Mall. Real strong pocket of winds right here. We're about 1 mile north of I-40. Look at those winds, close to 70 miles per hour. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal as the storm is now pulling into northeastern Pottawatomie County. If you're watching in the Oklahoma City metro, the storms are now east of town. And so if you're in Edmond, Moore, Norman, Piedmont, you're okay. And so the storms are moving quickly to the east here, but the all clear has not been sounded yet for Pottawatomie County. And so right now we are going to be just northeast of Shawnee, where we're finding this area of circulation. And so if you're familiar with this area, this is going to be right along County Road 111 here. Let's zoom out here just a little bit, show exactly where this is in comparison to Shawnee. And so there we are right here. So here's Shawnee. So we're going to be north of the highway here. And this is headed towards the community of Johnson and eventually up towards Belmont and Prague. Prague, you're in the track of this. And so this is going into Prague at 5:45. And then Payton and Boley here a little after 6 o'clock with this tornado warning that is going to be moving to the east here. Tell you what, Jonathan, real quick, let's just pull on out here, kind of reset, show everyone what's happening, because I know we have a lot of storms that are now east of I-35. OKC, we're done with the storms. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are lining up here from Sulphur, southeast of Pauls Valley, Slaughterville, Lexington, moving back up here. So it looks like we're probably going to get another wave here that's going to pass across southern Pottawatomie County and eventually towards Seminole and Holdenville. Right now it's 5:15. I don't see these storms moving east of Holdenville until around 7 o'clock. Let's go out to Shane Helton. Shane, what do you see right now, Shane?
Damon, as we were going past the Shawnee Mall area, there's like some Lowe's and Tractor Supplies and stuff like that are in that area. There's an awning or something come up out of one of those businesses and ended up right in the middle of I-40, right on the center median. So something definitely went through there and sucked that up off the ground and landed it right in the center of I-40. I don't, right now we can't say if it was a tornado or extremely high winds, but my guess is the way it was landing right on that center median. I don't think it was high winds. I know that there's been some high winds out here, but we're seeing quite a bit of stuff that's really making us think that there is some sort of circulation, whether it's real low, like a real low end tornado or something like that. But there's definitely some sort of something going on out here that's sucking the tree limbs up and throwing debris around. So We're trying to catch it on video here, and we're watching real close in the sky to see if we can see it. But it is extremely hard in this heavy rain, but we know we're right next to it because we keep seeing stuff. So, Damon, back to you.
All right, yeah. So Shane, they're reporting some debris that's basically there, and come daylight, again, we're gonna see a lot. I'm afraid to say. Hopefully, it's mainly just trees and some stuff in the parking lot there. But Shane, they're definitely reporting some debris that has been scattered around from what everything is telling us was most likely a tornado. I mean, tornado warning remains in effect. Here's what we're looking at right now. And again, this is a tornado warning that is going to be for Pottawatomie County here. Severe thunderstorm warning, you see it there on the top of your television screen. That's going to be down for Murray County. We'll check in with that here in just a moment. But again, watching this complex and this wave here that's really extending to the east here. And so Ada-Lot towards Johnson, Belmont, and eventually Prague. Prague, we're looking downstream for you. I know right now, Prague, you're not in a tornado warning, but the history that the storm has had, it has produced tornadoes. Clearly, I know it is early in the morning, but there's a reason why our crews have been out for this very moment right here to make sure that you knew what was coming in your direction. Again, our chasers, they started in the Texas Panhandle about 18 hours ago, and here we are at 5:17 this Friday morning. Right now looking for our next tornado here along this line to be on the northern fringe of this Boeing segment here. So near Ada-Lot and Johnson, southwest of Prague. Again, Shane, they're reporting debris just moments ago. Storm Command is out ahead of it to make sure that you in Seminole County and Hughes County, what's coming in your direction. Steve Carano's on the southern flank of this as well. He's watching it for you as this is making its way to the east towards Holdenville. But this tornado warning remains in effect for about another 25 minutes. Let's check back in with Storm Command. Michael, again, we see that you're out ahead of this. What do you see from Storm Command right now, Michael?
Well, that was our goal, is to get out ahead of it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get off here at 99, and we're going to go up into Prague and watch the storm as it comes in. So It's a race right now. Quite honestly, that's what we're trying to do. So we're going to get up here. We're going to get off I-40. The second that we do that and we stop going east and we have to go north, then the storm's going to try to catch us. So we're trying to get up here before the heavy rain gets us again, so that we'll have a view of it. But I will tell you, this is such a dicey situation, guys. We've done this before. We did this with the Wayne tornado back in December, couple of years ago, and just tracking tornadoes at 4 and 5 a.m. It's not great for anybody. This is a terrible time of day to try to happen to be dealing with this. One good thing is these tornadoes tend to be brief, and they move in and they move out pretty quick. But we're gonna get up here into Prague and we're gonna watch it close, because I still think it's that north end, that bookend vortex, like I described earlier, that's the area that's posing the greatest risk for any additional tornado development.
Yeah, and again, this just goes to show you that tornadoes can happen at any time of the day in Oklahoma, whether it's 5 in the afternoon or 5 in the morning. And so this is a serious line here that continues to advance to the east, and we have some new information that passed along to you. And so the tornado warning remains. Severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, was just issued. This goes until 6 a.m., and this is going to account for this bowing out structure that we see right here. So basically what's going to happen is once this bow echo moves outside of this flashing red polygon, it's going to be replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's still going to have the potential for a brief spin-up tornado. That is written in the that's written in the official warning right here. So the tornado threat is not zero. It's just that our likelihood of seeing as strong of a couplet as we saw when this storm was coming out of Oklahoma County and Cleveland County and in the Potawatomi County, at this moment looks like at least it has come down a little bit. But still, we are not sounding the all clear until this is out of here. So this warning goes until 6 o'clock. So that means that what you see right here on the radar will be over here on the far right-hand side of your television screen in about 45 minutes. Just want to give you all a heads up. Right now, the most likely area is going to be southeast of Meeker. Here's Prague, by the way. Prague, watching this one for you because this is moving up towards you. And Prague, you've already seen what this storm has had a history of. If not, if you're just now tuning in, this has produced a tornado with damage mainly to trees and whatnot, as we have been able to see so far. But look, we are monitoring every report coming in right now. And let's hope it's just vegetative damage that we have here, but near the community of Belmont. And that's going to be north of Johnson. Jonathan highlighting exactly where we see the area of rotation. That's going to be east of Adalot, southeast of Meeker. But you're going to get some strong winds. 70-mile-an-hour winds are going to surge out. Doing that right now. Neal down towards Earlsboro as well. And then headed towards Little, Schoolton, Cromwell, Butner as well. Strong winds right over Earlsboro. Those are going to be 65 to 75 mile per hour winds. And Jonathan highlighting a very small couplet. That's what you have to do. These are different types of tornadoes. We don't just get tornadoes off of long track supercells. You can also get them on bow line or bow echo patterns. Okay, there you go. Brand new tornado warning was just issued for that right there, Jonathan. Highlighting it. What do you see, Jonathan?
Well, that's the area of circulation I've been highlighting here for the last couple minutes because it was highly suspect. It's a little eddy. They're transient, meaning they change and they move, and I've identified it. National Weather Service pulled the trigger for the tornado warning. There might be a couple, Damon, and these are going to happen very fast. So there was one, and that was like a minute ago. There's the update. That's where the tornado is going to be 1, 2, 3 miles west of Belmont. There's another little eddy here. So you could actually have twin tornadoes, 1, 2 miles south of Belmont. This is moving towards Prague. So they're moving at about 25 miles per hour to the east, northeast, and they're going to happen real quick. And you will see me go down the line and highlight other areas of circulation that I may be concerned about. Now, down the line, that's a thunderstorm warning with tornado tag, meaning anywhere along this line through Seminole County, from Little down to Seminole, you could have one of those spin-ups. But right now I see two highly suspect areas of rotation. I think this one is probably worse near Belmont, and a new area of circulation has formed south of Belmont. So two areas, Prague, take your tornado action plan, execute it right now.
Absolutely. These storms are moving pretty fast. You can see as the radar moves to the east how fast this surges to the east as well. But if you're in Prague right now, you are innermost room of your house or your tornado shelter right now. As we have already seen, these storms have produced damage near Shawnee and then west of Shawnee as well. So those that are have children at OBU, they are in their tornado shelters right now. So the university has sent out that message. If you're a parent wanting to know what's going on, again, your kids, they made sure that they had that alert before the storms made their way through here. Again, they are in their shelters right now. Yeah, that one's really ramping up. And what indicates what really bad looks like, it's that pullback in right there. And so that's getting stronger and stronger. And I'm really concerned about those that are in Prague right now. That is going to be over county line or over some county roads right now. But how far away are we from Prague? We have a storm track there. That moves in at 5:41. Right now it's 5:24. So you have time. You have about 15 minutes for that right there. How far? 7 miles? Okay. So we are 7 miles away. Let me go out to Storm Command. I want to go out to Michael real quick because Michael, what we see right now on our radar and our technology here in the studio is a pretty significant tornado couplet developing west of Prague. What do you see from Storm Command, Michael?
Yeah, I'm scanning the skies right now. We are working our way as quickly as we can right up here before the rain overtakes us, right up into Prague. We're still just a couple of miles south of town. I know you can see us on radar. You're looking right in that area where that circulation is located. I mean, I've got my 360 camera locked in right where that circulation is. This is the incredible investment, by the way, that Hearst has made in KOCO, that we have the technology that we can do this even 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with these circulations out here in Storm Command, you guys tracking it with the radar. And so what that allows us to do is be very, very specific. And so for you guys in Prague, you have to take your tornado precautions right now. This tornadic circulation is 2 to 3 miles directly west of Prague right now, right on Highway 62.
Yeah, and the way that a lot of these towns are set up in Oklahoma is that wow, that was a lightning strike. If you are, 100 yards outside the city limits, you get into some more farmland, but that land belongs to someone. And so we're here to make sure that everyone has the alert. And you know what's coming in your direction. So for Prague, as you heard Michael mention, this is a serious storm, a bad situation moving in for you. Let's go back full here and we'll go back with the 3 box. But this is where the tornado is going to be. Now, what we're looking at here is debris tracker. What's going to get our attention is if we see this red right here turn to blue. If it turns to blue, that's debris. And so it has to match up. And so right now, we're not picking up on debris, but we know that there's debris scattered out near Shawnee, trees, limbs, leaves, and we're hoping that it's going to remain that. Again, we're going to get a really good indication here in just about an hour when daylight comes. But this is where the tornado is going to be located. And so Prague, at this current tracking, this is going to come real close to town. It may just stay west and north of town by a very small, 100 yards or so. But still, got to watch that right now as this is moving up to northeast. Again, this can get real close to Prague. There's Storm Command. He is coming into Prague right now as we speak. But this tornado warning, this is the only tornado warning we have as of right now. Still seeing that circulation. Tornado warning absolutely needs to remain with this cell as it's moving to the east. It's this bend right here that we see here. Real quick, this will just take a couple seconds. I want to pull on out just to give everyone kind of a generalized idea where this tornado warning is in comparison to, say, Shawnee or Seminole. We're north here. Oklahoma City, we're done with the storms. We'll watch it for maybe an isolated threat later this afternoon, but this is where the tornado warning is. We are east of I-35. We're going to be north of I-40, north of Seminole, northeast of Shawnee, near the town of Prague. There's Prague right there. That's the tornado warning. That's the tornado right there, north of the community of Belmont. It's where Jonathan has circled the blue right here. This is moving up to the northeast. And again, the way that these towns are set up out here is that you go just a little bit outside of town, a couple hundred yards, if even that, you get back into some farmland, but that land belongs to somebody. And so we want to make sure that everyone has the first alert on what is moving in their direction. So Prague at 5:36. Let's go out to Michael. Michael, watching this real closely for those in Prague. You're in town. What do you see?
Oh, man, we have the rain here is circulating through the buildings. This is crazy. Outdoor warning sirens are going off here in Prague. Let's slow down just a little bit right now. Let's just stop right here. Stop right here. Get over to the side, and we're just going to stop right here for a second. Pull up a little more. There you go. All right, Damon, oh, my God. There are a lot of people who are getting out driving. Whoa. The wind is really, really increasing right now from south to north. The tornado is going to be just to the barely to the north and northwest of Prague. I mean, not by very much, but you can see there's some intense winds in Prague right now.
Yeah, and Michael, the pictures that you're bringing in, I mean, we can just see those sheets of rain that are just going horizontal. I mean, this is inflow going into this tornado right here, and so this rain is basically just going right into the storm. Michael, you said the sirens are sounding in Prague right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it's chaos. I'm telling you, people are getting out, they're pulling out in front of each other, driving around. I mean, it is a dicey situation right now in Prague, Oklahoma.
Okay, so here's what we have right now. It is 5:30 on this Friday morning. We have a tornado warning for Prague. Again, Prague, you innermost room of your house or in your tornado shelter. It's where you got to be right now. So power is on. These storms are blowing in fast, or else they're going to blow out of here pretty fast as well. Michael is in Prague right now, and so we're keeping in close contact. We're talking to Michael. We also have Shane out. We have Buck, and we have Steve Carano, who's on the southern fringe of this. And so this entire line has now been warned. And so what we have to watch, that right there, that's going to be another, just south of St. Louis, west of Sacred Heart, near, that's going to be Kanawha, just west of Kanawha. That's another concern. We'll go out to, let's go out to Steve. If Michael says something, let me know here. Hey, Steve, we see an inflow notch right in front of you on Highway 39, Steve. Give us an update on what you see from chasing out right now.
Damon, it went right over us. I never saw any power flashes. The winds were whipping everywhere. It is over the hill here, and I've got some trees blocking me. I'm trying to get position here so I can take a look at it. But no, it is still there. It went right over our head here in Asher. It's just due east of Asher, and it would be similar to what Michael had to him, a little spin up on a little notch in this. It's wrapped up in rain. You're not going to go out. You can't see this thing. It's raining cats and dogs out here. So you just really got to be looking for power flashes, and please take cover if you're east of Asher.
Great advice there. Great advice coming in from Steve Carano. Please take cover if you're east of Asher, west of Kanawha, because these are definitely some serious storms that we have ongoing right now. Again, that's where we're going to see the tornado. And knowing what these couplets, when they look like that on the radar, we've already seen what they end up doing. And that is they produce these tornadoes. Let's go back up to Michael. We'll go.
They're issuing a tornado watch.
Oh, they're issuing a tornado watch?
Storm Prediction Center issued Tornado Watch 138 until 16Z for portions of other. I don't have the map up yet, but
okay, so
it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be east of the main line. So
okay,
just to our east, just to the east for the leading edge of these storms.
Goes to show you what the atmosphere can do at 5 o'clock in the morning. Again, tornadoes don't just happen at 5 in the afternoon or at 7 o'clock in the evening. They can happen at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're getting a tornado watch in eastern Oklahoma with this line. So this has turned into a serious situation, but that's why we're all here. Our team is here. We are tracking this for you. Let's go back up to Michael in Prague, get an update on the situation that's happening in Prague right now. Michael, what do you see right now?
I think we got another tornado right now. This is going to be just of Highway 99, just to the northeast of our location, maybe by a quarter to a half a mile. I mean, this is absolutely crazy intense out here. The lightning, the power flashes, the wind, the rain, the combination of all of it. I believe we have a tornado right now just to our northeast here.
And Michael,
2 miles.
Go ahead, Michael.
2 miles north of Prague. 2 miles north of Prague.
And Michael, I feel like you're spot on there because these storms have been so intense this morning that just looking at what these radar signatures look like and then what you and Shane and Buck and Steve and Jason have been reporting on this morning, you're getting debris that's getting tossed around here. So absolutely, you're right. That is most likely a tornado. And we're just looking north of Prague. Just north of Prague as the sweep goes by. Michael, this might be right in front of you. Michael, you're getting a ton of lightning strikes here. Do you see any lowerings?
No. It's almost impossible to see like anything other than just rain blowing sideways just at amazing rates of speed. I mean, it really is blinding at times. I mean, look at the road. Like it's just, that's what we see. It's just streaming into these circulations, one after another after another. It's just been like this the whole way. Once we got basically from more, once that circulation kind of started to really crank up there, as we got over toward Dale, ever since then, it's been like this.
Yeah, it has been. So a couple things have passed along. Tornado warning has been canceled for Pottawatomie County. That will be the first one, by the way, not the one that Michael's on right there. We actually had two warnings, so you can see there we just trimmed this one down. But these storms are doing everything that we told you they were going to do yesterday. And so, you said a new tornado warning or new circulation. Yeah, there it is right there. So
I'm just going to highlight the wind blue, and that's where I think there's going to be a tornado.
Yeah, and this is now rolling into National Weather Service Tulsa, and so this threat's going to continue to these. This is why they're issuing a tornado watch, not for Oklahoma City, but as you go into eastern Oklahoma, because of this line right here that it continues to basically spin up these tornadoes along the leading edge. So there's one south of Arlington, north of Prague. I know the sirens are sounding. They were sounding earlier. The threat is now moving east and north of you. So Prague, if you're in your tornado shelter, innermost room, you're okay to come out. Same thing for Shawnee. You're okay now to come out. Basically, if you've had any tornado warnings and the storms are now east of you, you're good. But here we are now. That's a pretty intense couplet right there near Payton.